morning, Southern California, AM 1220, KHTS. This is your host, Fred Arnold, in the Santa Clarita Valley Chamber of Commerce Business Spotlight. I'm here with Carl Goldman, one of the owners, with Jerry of KHTS, but also very involved in Action Family Counseling. And that's what we're going to talk about today.
Right. Thanks, Fred. The Action Family has been around for a long time, partnering with so many different organizations here, but they've set up a foundation now, the Action Family Foundation, that's there to support all the at-risk kids we have in a variety of programs. We've seen Action save so many lives, and so many times I've run up to people that have said, boy, Action was there for my son or daughter. Action was there and saved my life. So we have a variety of things going on. Number one that I'm really excited about is we're going to have the first sober high school in the entire country that's tied in with an actual school district. So tied in with our Hart School District will be, starting in January, an actual sober high school. So these are kids that have some challenges. The challenge they have right now is they go get clean, then they come back to school, and they're still hanging out with their same friends in that same environment.
The same situation they were at before that got them into the challenges they had.
Exactly. So the plan is to pull these kids in, and they're going to have an actual high school set up at the Zone, which is over on Ruther and Soledad, tied in with the Action program, so that these kids will be in a much different, safer environment and can move on with their lives. And we expect great things to happen with
When you think about that, you think outside the box thinking with that. I mean, It really is. Let's talk about some fundraising, the Holiday Boutique.
Yep, couple cool events coming up. We've got a holiday, in order to raise money for the foundation, we have a holiday boutique that's coming up, and it's over at the Zone, which is right over opposite Home Depot, Ruther, Soledad. And that's taking place, I'm going to get my cheat sheet out here right now, but the holiday boutique is taking place Saturday, week from Saturday, December 7th, from 1 to 5 p.m. And you can go to actionfamily.org and check that out. Then we have another cool event actually taking place that weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday night. You know, have you been to Old Town Newhall?
It's beautiful, isn't it?
It is gorgeous.
All lit up.
Yep. The city and Old Town Newhall really partnered together, and beautiful, beautiful stuff. If you have not been down there, go down there. But come down the weekend after this, because we're going to give rides on the antique fire truck. KHTS is the 1948 Mack fire truck, decked out for Christmas. Santa's going to be there, hot chocolate. We're going to give rides through the lighted area of Old Town Newhall. And then also, thanks to Paul Davis, we're going to have a hayride as well. So you can sign up for either the hayride or the antique
Susan and
fire
Joel
truck.
Moss involved in that.
Correct.
Yeah.
Susan and Joel Moss, they're donating all
Very
their time
giving
and energy.
people.
So again, actionfamily.org. You can buy tickets online for those. Tickets, $5. I think there's a $1 service charge. Sign up. All the money goes to Action. You can register, get a reserved spot, actionfamily.org.
And you also had the Tide program. Tell me about the Tide program and the experience.
Tide program is something that's been going on at the Hart District, and that's what's led to the sober high school. Because what was happening up till recent times was a kid would get caught with drugs at school or alcohol, they'd get suspended or expelled, and there'd be no safety net for them. Tide program was set up with Action and the Hart District, so that these kids now go right from being caught over into a 1-week program at the Zone. That's an intensive program that kind of gets them to start thinking about the poor decisions they've made. And the results have been incredible, so much so that that's now led to the actual sober high school. So both programs will continue at the Zone. Both have been very successful. The experience is something I'm excited about, Fred, because Santa Clarita is so unique, and you know this, but years ago they set up at Central Park the Youth Grove. That was it's a special memorial. If you haven't been out there, you've got to go check it out.
The Youth Grove.
The Youth
Tell
Grove.
us about the
Youth Memorial, Youth Grove. It's out over by the dog run in Central Park. Frank Ferry was behind, really the force behind this, about 7-8 years ago. If you go on YouTube and type in Youth Grove KHTS, you can see a video on it. But it's an actual tribute to all the kids who have died due to bad decisions with driving, or they could have just happened, their number was up. They could have been in a car and someone else hit them. So any youth that died here in Santa Clarita has, the Youth Grove is a memorial with it's like a spoke, and there's tree stumps that show the lost life that never happened, the life that never happened. That's been so powerful that we decided to do the same thing for drugs. And we put together a coalition of all the stakeholders. Action really stepped up to the plate on this, and this has become their baby now, tied in with support from all the others. And we're putting together a traveling memorial. It's going to be an RV. That's part of what we're raising money for right now with the foundation. Be an RV, that full multimedia, telling the stories of kids who have lost their lives here in Santa Clarita to drugs, being used as a deterrent, letting people know we'll take it to assemblies, take it to football games, take it to community events, so that people can see the impact that drugs have had on families,
It brings everything
friends.
to the consciousness of it.
Absolutely.
Because sometimes we become unconscious of those poor decisions and or those traps some kids get into and can't get out of. And I think that's what's important, because we're such a family-oriented community.
Right, and by being proactive with both these we're the only community in the country doing things like this.
Right.
And by being so proactive, we've actually made a big dent. The drug overdoses this year in 2013 are way down from 2011, 2012. That's because we pulled our heads out of the sand as a community, partnered together, and are really...
And acknowledge the problem.
Right.
Those that want to reach Action Family Counseling.
actionfamily.org.
Perfect. Actionfamily.org. Carl, thank you. Thanks for all
you.
you do. And I
Thanks,
know this,
Fred.
you do this at the bottom of your heart. You don't have to, but you do. Well, you kind of have to because it's in your blood. You know, it's who you are, you and Jerry. So thank you.
Thank you, Fred.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, Carl Goldman, actually representing Action Family Zone and Action Family Counseling. Hope you enjoyed this edition of the Santa Clarita Valley Chamber of Commerce Business Spotlight on AM 1220